Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello from Vienna and from the advanced practitioner class, Pragmatic Psychology. And hey, Renate, we're here to celebrate, we have gathered here to celebrate our absolute sheer craziness. So I must say I'm so extremely thrilled to finally be able to have this class with a bunch of absolutely brilliant beings who are happy to celebrate their craziness and use it to inspire the world and inspire people to the greatness that they can choose to be. And I'm honored to be in a room of absolutely brilliant people and at the advanced practitioner class, Pragmatic Psychology here in Vienna. And it's the first advanced practitioner class. And today is day 3 of 3 days. And we are all there's a lot of space in our world right now and a lot of space in our heads. So I hope this video makes sense. I hope what I and we say somehow makes sense to you. We're doing our best to find some brain cells to put them together. There's one here, meet. And please meet. And so yes, day 3 of the advanced practitioner class, Pragmatic Psychology here in Vienna. As I said before, because a couple of you are just joining now, so I'm just going to repeat myself so you know what's going on here, so you know where you have landed. So day 3 of 3 days, and we're all thrilled to discover what's possible as a totally new and different paradigm for psychology and for change. So, you know, we all live in a world where it's normal to have problems and where it's normal to find out why you have a problem and how to solve it. It's something that you're supposed to, I'm just going to mute somebody here. It's normal to solve, it's normal to have problems, and it's normal to look for solutions. What this requires is for you to, number one, you always have to have a problem to be normal. You always have to have a problem to have something to talk about. And you always have to look for a solution. And all this gives you as a choice is not much choice, actually. All this gives you is constant work. It requires you to work at you and work at your problems nonstop, and not much else than that. So what we discovered in these 3 days, we want to have a little conversation with the people here in the class, and we also have online people here, because this class was live and live streamed, or is live and live streamed. And so I just want to give the words to my brilliant friends here. So what did you discover in these days as a different way of functioning with clients, as a different way of functioning with patients? Because I know some of you, like you guys are working with patients in a mental health concept, or as a physiotherapist, as a psychologist, you as with friends, with you are working with language. We have schools, we have people who do facilitating classes. So we have all kinds of different people here who have a different, like they all have their way of working with clients. So this class is about how can I work with the Access Consciousness tools in the setting that I'm in and make it work even better, because pragmatic means doing what works. So who wants to say something? Who wants to start in saying something what you discovered?
Okay.
Yes, Heidi. You wanna I'm just gonna say what? Oh, you can turn it around? There's a button for this? Oh, look at this.
So, hi. So, I work as a physical therapist, and I realized and I acknowledged that in my work I did I facilitated my patients and my clients not only with my words, but also energetically. But now I acknowledge that, and I can move forward with this energetically facilitation.
Wow.
And with shifting energies, and with going by facilitating, with going by the energy which is coming up.
And that is so cool, because this is something that now I find the button where you can turn around the video. This is so cool. I love it. Thanks for showing me this. Here's a new toy. Whoa. So what you said is brilliant, because we have been taught that facilitating change is where you talk about things and where you use your words only, and where your words, whether it's verbal words, say that 3 times, or it's your physical language, like your body language, always think that, okay, this is the only channels where you get information from. And we're all trained to listen to words and usually filter them through our heads and interpret them. And then we think, okay, so I learned this and this modality. Now what should I say? Yeah. So according to this and this method, whatever your education is, you're supposed to filter that information that you hear from the patient or from the client, and then go, oh, what would this person who wrote this modality say? And what that takes away is you. And everything you know and everything you're aware of with that patient in that situation in that moment. So it takes away a whole universe of you, and you knowing what you know about that patient, about that client. And what you brought up, Heidi, was so brilliant. It's what this paradigm is opening up is no longer only listening to the words and listening to the body language and interpreting anything. No, it's about including all informations. It's about including, I'm just going to include our, by the way, I'm going to include our online people as well here, so I'm going to stand over there. It's about including all information. Information does not only come from your words, information does not only come from your body, information comes from everywhere, from every molecule around us. And acknowledging that, you suddenly have a huge treasure box of information, of awareness that you can use when you work with your clients. And the world becomes so much bigger, it becomes so much grander, and it becomes way easier to facilitate change with your patients. Because you don't only have to filter through this little thing up here, you can actually you can include so much more information. And when you work with body as a physiotherapist, it's so cool to include this world beyond physical words or verbal words, which is not much acknowledged yet. But if you work with patients, you know that they have a level of awareness and level of sensitivity that is off the charts. And this is usually exactly what drives them crazy, because nobody has shown them how to deal with this. Nobody has shown them what to do with that level of awareness, other than driving themselves crazy. So if you show them that this thing that people call sensitivity or sensibility, that this is a good thing, it's a resource that they can use, then it no longer has to drive them crazy, but it's something that they can use for them as a resource, as a treasure box to create their lives. Like this paradigm from dramatic, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed, to pragmatic, oh, how can I use this, is extremely useful and is expanding our worlds. Yes. So, oh, you want to say something? Cool. Let me just do the flip.
You're on. Hello. One of the most beautiful things in these 3 days of the class, for me, this class was like it said also, the invitation of being the facilitator that you truly be. And the beautiful thing here for me was that every one of us there was so much acknowledgement, not from like everyone else to a person, like really seeing every one of us acknowledging ourselves, and then seeing through this acknowledgement how much space opened up for all of us. And so this was one of the beautiful things in these days. Yeah. And also knowing this for working with clients is acknowledging what is in every moment.
Yes.
And then there is no having to have the answer. It's like really being in the question and acknowledging what is, and then seeing what space opens up and what it creates in people, where it's like, oh yes, this is the situation, this is what's going on. And then it's not about, it needs to be like good or something like, it also can be something really intense, but just looking at what is. And we had a lot of moments like this, and this is something where I was like thrilled. I'm still thrilled about it, and I'm excited about more of this coming up in the future.
I love that. What you brought up there was amazing, because like what we've been taught to is that our job as practitioners, whether we're doctors or social workers or parents or what else are we, physiotherapists, or whatever we work as, is that we're supposed to solve problems. We're supposed to give somebody a result, because otherwise, we wouldn't be worth our money. So we think, so we've been taught. But what if this is actually not our job? What if our job is not to make people fit into this reality, but make people fit out of this reality, to discover their brilliance, to discover their difference that they can use to create their lives? And and what you said there is, like, it's not about solving problems anymore. Like this, what if this new paradigm could be about creating space so that people get aware of what else is possible? What else is possible that I haven't considered yet? And it's so much more fun to work like this, because you're not the bringer of results, you're not the bringer of answers, you're the facilitator of change. And you're involving, you're including the person. You're not the motor that needs to solve and bring a solution. You are the facilitator of change, and it's so much more fun because you include you, the patient or the client gets included, and a whole new world opens up. Did you want to say something?
Yes.
Yes, okay, let me just flip the camera to you. Yay.
Yeah, last week I had the point of view that facilitating is about finding the right or constructing the right clearing. And now I know I just have to be energy and space, showing and not hiding it, and be the invitation. Come taste it and find your own taste of it. Thank you.
Discovered. I just continue to speak. Was so funny, because I'm like, I'm gonna continue even if the internet is butting out, because I want to say to you, I guess it was so amazing to see you in these days, discovering your brilliance and the gift you are, because most of us have no clue what gift we are. We have no clue, because we live in the world of wrongness. We live in a world where wrongness is normal. It's normal to be wrong. And especially the seekers like us, the seekers of this world, is the ones that are the bringers of the new. We usually think we are the worst. We are the wrongest of the wrong. And then asking what's right about me, and that thing that's so, like the part, like the very part that you think is so wrong. Like we talked about parenting. We talked about how different you guys who have kids have raised and are raising your kids, and you thought you're wrong with how different you are parenting your kids. And discovering that very difference that you think is a wrongness is actually the gift, like we say, the strongness that the world requires. And then discovering, wow, what I bring to the world that seems so wrong is actually exactly what the world requires. And now, as we talked, is more than ever the time to be that and let the world know. And I think that's for all of you who are listening, and thank you for being here. Thank you, Victoria. Just let's. And again, I can use words right now, but as Doris said before, it's so much about. It's so beyond words. Like acknowledging you and being the gift. There's no definition to it. It's so beyond words. And it's really what we did in these 3 days and are doing in these 3 days is so much about acknowledging the energy. And energy has nothing to do, this is not about spiritual or something like this. It's really the practicality of energy. Like communication is based on energy, and it starts with babies. Babies communicate not with, "Hi mom, I want to have food." They're like, yeah, they use voice, but behind that there's an energy. How does the mom know whether it's food or change my diapers? There's an energy, and the mom learns to read the energy, and after a while she knows it's this, and if it's that energy, oh, it's something else, because she tries it out. And so our first language is energy. And so I think this is something that this new paradigm can open up even more in all kinds of things we call disability, and seeing the ability behind it, how much people can learn to use what they are aware of, what they sense, as a possibility rather than a problem. What if your awareness is a resource rather than a liability? You wanted to say something.
Yes,
flipping, you're on.
okay, cool. And I want to say how awesome this class has been. We've had so many opportunities to release the mediocrity that we were all functioning from before and just step up. And Susanna and others have talked about the vibrations and energies of the words. And I'm looking particularly at the language and the way that we use the language, the words, and we step up and we actually are.
Oh, yay, we're on.
Well, there's an energy moment, or non-energy
There
moment.
was an exactly.
So, and the way we use our voices by stepping up and actually announcing more than we think we are, rather than feel, oh no, we better just keep this calm and normal, whatever people hear. Proper, as we are in English. And certainly that's been a massive contribution to me, and I thank everyone in this class for giving me the opportunity to show me how much I could step out of this band of mediocrity that I kept myself in.
Yes, normal. Thank you so much. So, normal we have enough of. Yeah. Like that role is taken. We have enough people who are normal on this planet. So sorry, that role is taken. Position taken. It's time for you to take your position, whatever that is, and find what would you like to be. What difference are in the world? And mediocrity is where there's no space for you. There's no space for the craziness and the difference and what you bring to the world. And if it was no longer about being proper and being liked, as we said in the beginning, if you want to be liked, you have to be like other people. Gives you not much choice. So what if it's not about being liked or like other people, but about being you? And that's very pragmatic. Being you is extremely, extremely pragmatic, because things start to just work. And I gotta say, I'm so grateful for every single one of you. This class is and has been absolutely amazing, brilliant, because we got to talk about so much about facilitation. Like we even tried out, we had a little game of where somebody was facilitating the other person, and it was so beautiful to see what you guys have going on and going into details about facilitation, what it really is, not what people conclude it is. It is absolutely amazing. It's truly a different paradigm. So I thank every single one of you for being that amazing pioneers. And now what else is possible? For all of us, creating a world that works for us. Creating a world where ease is normal, where possibilities are normal, where it's about creating. Imagine if you can sit with your friends and it's not talking shit about somebody else, or creating a problem, but you sit at lunch with a friend or at coffee, and it's actually about creating. Wouldn't that be amazing? And what if people who think they're wrong and have diagnoses could meet somebody who really asks them questions rather than cementing them in their wrongness? Like really asking them questions. Hey, the thing that you are suffering from, let's look at this. What is it really? And if practitioners would have no points of view in their world at all about that they know more than the patient or the client, but facilitate them to find out what's right and true for them, and have no point of view that anything should be created or any result should be created, the world would be different. You want to say something? Yeah. So we have another person.
And in fact, that I think it always has been the paradigm I have been trying to create in my practice as a psychologist, and I made myself so wrong for that. I made myself so wrong. And now these 3 days here were such a space, it's just like a support, being ourselves, being me, doing what the energy tells me to do, and by this facilitate people, and so then empower them to know that they know, because I know that I know. And that is a thing that I've experienced here, goosebumps, and that's a thing I've experienced with this brilliant class. And I'm so looking forward for what this is creating, and I feel like, yeah, it's only the beginning, and it's already so much, but it's the beginning of something new. It's the beginning of the shift of a paradigm, and no words, just wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. And as you know, gratitude creates. Gratitude creates, and when we create things, they don't always show up the way we would like to. You know, when you create a project, a class, just gonna sit here because we have some online people as well. You know, and we talked about this, like even if things are not as expansive as you would like them to be. And we, in this reality, we talk so much about numbers. You know, size matters, they say, which this can be debated. But if size doesn't matter anymore, what freedom would you have? If it's not about the size of your classes, the size of your bank account, if this would not be the determination of anything about you, but you are grateful for how everything show up. If you have a class with, let's say, 2 people, wow, what will this create? If you scheduled a class and it didn't show up as a class, as a physical class, well, was that already a creation that is creating the seeds for the future? You know, with acknowledgement and gratitude, you can come very, very far. And with gratitude and with acknowledgement, we are creating a world beyond this reality where it's so much about right or wrong. And when it's not about right or wrong, sane or insane anymore, we can create a space of possibilities that is not normal on our planet yet. So with that, maybe you guys, and thank you for listening, and thank you for being here, and thank you for your thank yous and for your hearts, because while you guys were speaking, they were sending hearts, which only I got to see because I have the camera here. So thank you guys for listening to this in the online world, and for contributing your hearts and your energy. We're really, really grateful for you. I hope this was a contribution to you. And please share this with whoever needs to hear this, whoever thinks that they're wrong, to find out what's wrong with them. And yeah, I'm like, wow. Yes, gratitude moments. So if this is something that speaks to you, oh, thank you, Nadine. If this is something that speaks to you, please share this with people. And pragmatic psychology is out there in the world. And if this is something that you would like to explore, there are classes. Next one is in Milan, in Italy, in November. I don't know the dates. And we will have another practitioner class next year. So hope to see you sometime in person. And kisses and hugs and lots of gratitude here from Vienna.